Let's let him get in. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for another Friday Instagram Live. There he is. How's my guy Ricky?
Yo, what's happening?
All good, mate. You have had a busy day and a busy week, to be fair.
Every day is a busy day for Ricky Wynn. I'm telling you, man. It's go, go, go. Just in the door, but ready to go, man. Looking forward to it.
Well, first off, let's get just a little bit of a check-in on training this week. How's training for the World's qualifier going?
Yeah, so I would say last week was a good week, and that was me just building, like base building again. I like just about 112 or 113 kilometers. This week I'm looking to get about 127K. Not much for it this week because I'm more just again still building base. I'm doing a lot of double runs at the minute because I'm under pressure at work. Yes, I'm a pro athlete, but I still have a job and I still have tons of clients that I have to get the work done for. I can't just drop them all. So I'm trying to wrap up as many jobs as I can, and then after Paddy's Day, I'm hoping that I can like kind of go week on, week off, get a hell of a lot more training in, and then I'll be ramping it up in the mornings then. So looking forward to that. You, how's your training been going?
Sounds good. Yeah, not bad. Let's give another intro before we move on to that. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I am Aaron, and this is,
Ricky.
and we are Trail Talk Live every Friday, and catch up tomorrow on your podcast players, on YouTube, wherever you want. Everyone, we see your messages. We're waving to you. We have a packed agenda, and yeah, I'll give a bit of an update on the training later on. But let's crack in because we've got some topics here. We've got some fire. Before we get into it, xmiles.co.uk, our sponsor, link in bio, Ricky. That's
Mm.
where we send people. Go to the bio, hit the link, use a discount code, get whatever gels, protein bars, shakes. I actually got a delivery from them a couple of days ago, and I got these. It's like the size of a gel, only at 60 gram, and it's protein. So it's protein gel.
Wow.
So I'm going to stick it in my drop bag for
Who's
Sunday. And
that? Who's that from? Which company is that?
Ethos is the name of the company.
Okay.
So like a very easy way to get protein like after a workout if you're not coming home, not carrying a shake or something like that. But look, I don't want to go into it. I don't want it to sound like an advert. I bought it. It looked interesting. I goes, I'll have a couple of those to see if they're like. So ask me next week. I'll let you know. The agenda today, Drill Talk Live. First up, Sabrina Stanley signed with OnlyFans. Oh man, we discussed it on the Media Pass show on Monday, I think it was, when the announcement came out. And the community is really divided. I've got a couple of notes here. Like, basically, people are saying, if I can summarize all of the comments, people are sort of saying, we hate the platform.
Mm.
No hate on Sabrina, like fair play to her for doing whatever she's got to do. She's got to pay the bills. She's an athlete. It's hard to make money in trail and ultra running. So, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
but there's also the case of like, as I said on the previous show, I signed up for an account to look at OnlyFans athletes. None of the smut, not interested. Um, and it wasn't a good experience. First of all, the interface looks dated, but you get in there and I subscribe to Sabrina, I subscribe to a couple of mountain bikers. None of the content is explicit or anything. It's just like, I'm doing deadlifts in the gym, whatever. It's like super boring. It's like a Facebook wall. But all the while on one side of the screen, they're showing you all of this smut to subscribe to.
No
Like,
way.
scantily clad girls, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah. So basically, I just deleted my account and like, okay, I've had a look, formed an opinion. I don't need to hang around anymore. Um, what do you think? You've heard all this from kind of the sidelines. What's your hot take?
I'm glad you said that about the smut in the corner, right? Because I've never used OnlyFans. I have no idea what it is or what they do, right? But all I was thinking is my thing with it is this. It's like, all right, it's trail running, it's running, it's athletics. I think anyone and this isn't taken away from Sabrina. Look, if she can make money at it, yeah, it's great, and I'm all for that, and we're all for Sabrina. This is not a diss on Sabrina or any other athlete that feels that they need to go down this road, right? But the problem I have with it is, if you're if I'm looking to get sponsored, I want to get sponsored by a reputable running or athletic brand, be that apparel or clothing or whatever. If it's hats, I don't care. It has to be something to do with the sport. Otherwise, aren't you as well be sponsored by fucking Burger King? That's the way I look at it. It's like I just don't see how OnlyFans are coming in and sponsoring a trail athlete. I don't see why they're doing that or what the reason it is behind it. And I'm just out. I don't see it as a great thing because, like you said, it's bringing you to a page. It's showing you smut in the corner. Yeah, it's putting some money in our pockets, but I don't know. It's not for me, man. It's not for me.
Her subscription is free, so she's actually making money by them giving her a sign-in bonus, and then obviously some sort of retainer, some sort of wage for being a OnlyFans athlete is what they call it. But yeah, the platform itself is flawed. Some other opinions, people didn't like the fact that three guys on the last podcast were talking about a female athlete and how she can and can't earn money. And I mean, for fuck's sake, well, can people not talk now? Like, I mean, should girls only talk about girls and guys talk about guys? I mean, fucking scratch your head here. Where is reason?
Yeah.
Do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want to do it with respect, and you can hold your head high, and nothing that any of the Trail Talk team have said is disrespectful. So one of the other things which I want to highlight is getting comments, DMs. She should have been on the show. You should have asked her for her opinion. She should have been there talking. Well, you know what? I invited her on the show. I invited her on the show the day before the show and the day of the show, kept her informed of what was happening. And basically she was like, yeah, look, go for it, but I'm not doing any podcasts until after my next race, which is the U10B race in Argentina next weekend. So I think she's going to do some podcasts after that. I hope she comes on Trail Talk. I feel like there might be the draw of going on somewhere like Free Trail, but let's be honest. I mean, big love for Devo, but he's not going to ask hard questions there. So let's hope Sabrina will come on Trail Talk, and there's some other great females in the community that are also interested in being in that panel show. So it's set up, it's ready to go. So if anyone listening or watching knows Sabrina, slide into the DMs and say, you should go on Trail Talk when you're talking about this OnlyFans thing.
Yeah.
And we're here for you. Ricky, anything last on that before we move on?
No, just to touch on what you said about, like, we're not dissing on anyone like that. We're not saying a woman can't go on and make money any way she wants. That's not what that's not what I'm trying to say anyway. What I'm trying to say is, I just don't feel how OnlyFans has anything got to do with the trail and ultra running world. I just don't see it,
Closing comment on OnlyFans. I'll tell you what they have in common. The demographic of OnlyFans subscribers is 60% white guy, 45% American, and 70% of the creators are females, right? And ultra running is 70% white guy. So there's some overlap, but I don't know how they made the leap to think that, we can really cash in this ultra running niche. I don't think so. But yeah, let's move on. Anyone has a comment or a thought about the OnlyFans debate, you know where to put it. Stick it in the comments. Comment on YouTube, Spotify, wherever. We'll get back to you. We appreciate it. Next topic. Jesus Christ. The Nordic shoe is only dropped, and we're talking about new shoes. TheROCKER. The
Mm.
rocker by Satisfy. Let me throw some knowledge out here. 280 grams, right? Significantly heavier than the Norda. So I think like 280 grams, basically, I would say means you're not super shoe category. But I also,
Oh, definitely not. Yeah.
they're not claiming to be super shoe category. Also, there's no plate in it. But 280 USD, like it's cheap. Like that's the price of two t-shirts, two Satisfy t-shirts. You know, like your shorts and t-shirt and cap is going to cost more than your shoes, and that is like on the head of every other brand. So I'm not sure why, but I do know they have a lot of money pumped into this shoe, and it needs to work for them. And if it doesn't work, you know, what are they going to do? Like they've recruited heavy on the shoe side. What do you think about the Rocker? What's your opinion?
Yeah, before I even talk about looks of the shoe or the outsole of the shoe, which I kind of like I was expecting this shoe to be satisfied price, as in through the roof, extortionate. Why am I paying this much for a shoe? But it'll still sell. That kind of way. That's kind of my view on that brand as a whole. Anyway, it's like, why am I paying 120 euro for a cotton t-shirt? But hold on a second. Now I'm wearing that t-shirt. You know what I
I've got
mean?
the
So
vibe. I've got a
yeah,
vibe.
yeah. So the shoe, um, I'm not sure how I feel about the look of it, like aesthetically, but I do like the outsole on it. The outsole reminds me of the old Solomon S Lab with the gator on it, and that was like, I think it was like a 5 or 6 mil lug because I used it years and years ago when it first came out, and I really liked that shoe, and I just thought that the way the grip is on the outside of it, I thought it looked very similar to that, so that looks good. Other than that, it, it's a shoe.
Are you going to buy it? I mean, sorry, you can't say that on camera. Tell me after the show. Uh, it's coming out 1st of July. Three colors. Brown, which is the one that we've seen. Also, I think it's antique white, and then shadow, which is basically grey. And then interesting, because you know I fucking love anything green. There's a green limited edition dropping at UTMB.
That'd be nice. Like that'd be nice. Like I really like the green Mafate Satisfy collab. I really loved that color. That was one shoe I really wanted to get. I couldn't get my hands on it. It sold out too quick. That green was so cool. So it was like, I can't even remember what it was called, but it was super cool. So if it's in something similar to that, then that's very, very cool.
It is. I've seen the color,
Yeah.
and it's if it's not the same, it's on that same kind of greeny lime-ish,
Yeah.
but not too lime. Yeah, really nice. It's an EVA, PIBA EVA blended midsole, so it is going to have some pop, but they're kind of saying that it's going to have a nice uh, road run as well. So
Yeah.
it'll be a good everyday, like, I don't know what Satisfy athletes would choose to race in.
That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to say, what are their satisfied athletes going to race in? Is it a deal that, oh, you have to run in this? Do our athletes have to run in this? I don't think so. Like if it's a race and it's not a race shoe, I'm guessing their athletes will want to wear a performance shoe and not just a training shoe.
Yeah. Also, last bit of knowledge bombs getting dropped about this shoe. We're on the inside, Ricky. We're getting the shoes for testing. Sorry, not you,
Mm.
not you. You're a Hoka guy. I'll just send you pictures of this shoe. I'm getting it. I'm gonna be rocking the rocker, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm really glad you're getting that because like that was one of my questions to you the other day, like in a message or whatever. I wanted to know what you get in a pair because I'm very interested to see like what they have been able to do with a shoe because they've done some collabs with other brands. They've done a collab with Norda, they've done a collab with Hoka, and they've been good, you know. So it'll be interesting to see what they've learned from that and what they're going to bring.
Yeah. Kat Bradley today just posted some stuff online. She received a pair of the shoes in a female color. I mean, that sounds terrible to say female color. I just wish they released shoes.
Mm.
But it's kind of like a light. It's almost like white with bluish on it. I'll post some pictures of it to the broadcast channel. So click on to the bio when you're going to X Miles. Just jump into the broadcast channel and join there too. I'll throw in some pictures about the rocker. Last thing on the rocker, what do you think of this weird lacing pattern? I mean, this shoe looks like the Tomer.
It looks like the Tomer, but from that view, like that they were using for the marketing pictures, it looked like an alpha fly. It looked very, very like an alpha fly from that, like, looking down on the shoe. And that was kind of like, I was is that a road shoe? Is that a race shoe? I didn't, because I knew the rocker was coming, but I didn't think that's what it would have looked like from that angle. That kind of lacing, I don't know. I've never worn a shoe with that like diagonal, let's say that diagonal shape lacing. I feel like that if you had issues like with lacing systems or something like that, that could put extra pressure where other laces weren't, and it mightn't be ideal for everybody. But I don't know. I've never ran in a pair of shoes with that kind of a lace setup. You?
Yeah, well, I had the original Vaporfly, and if you think of that diagonal lacing, the eyelets, they track along the top, the first metatarsal almost. So that's kind of where they're going down. And that road shoe was fine. It's just not a very aesthetic look.
Mm.
Like I'm not vibing with that. And then on the normal Tomer, I just didn't like it. I mean, you could get a fit, but it just wasn't that. I didn't like it. So I'm disappointed to satisfy I've gone that route. But
Mm.
look, if anyone's going to make that off-center lacing cool, it's going to be them. So, I mean, someone else will probably copy it. But time will tell. Drop us a comment. Let us know if you're interested in picking up the rocker. $280 dropping 1st of July in 3 colors. Next up, Barkley season.
Mm.
I hear that Barkley could start next week.
Yeah, yeah. I was Googling the shit out of it today at lunchtime because I was like going, wait, I think it could be starting, like, and I'm just trying to find anything. I still can't find anything because it's Barkley, but I'm like going, would somebody just give me something just to put me out of my misery?
So it is imminent. It always starts the kind of the last couple of weeks of March before April Fools. And what do we know about it? We know that Max King is entered in the race. He's turning up. He's looking forward to it. And I think he has like a really good chance of having an amazing debut at Barkley. Because think about the things that make you good at surviving the Barkley. You need to be able to be fast enough, fit enough to keep up with the experienced people on the loops until you have to then go
Yeah.
run away. Max can do that. Like he has the speed, he has the ability, right? Are you doubting me here?
No, no, because actually what I'm thinking is I really want to know who else is running and if there's previous winners running this year because I don't know anyone else that's running. I haven't heard that and I haven't seen anything leak. I haven't seen anything because if Max King gets in with somebody like Jared or John Kelly or anyone like that, let's say he gets in with them, he would easily run with them all day. All day, I think they would drag him round and he would end up being a first time finisher in Barkley, I think. Because look, Max King, I'm a huge fan of Max King. He's like a legend in this, but he's not a young man anymore, but he's still a rocket. Hey? He's still super fast. He's super strong, super fit. And I just think that if he can tag along with some of the experienced runners, he'll do well. But if it comes down to just Nav and he's on his own and he's not with somebody else, I think because it's his first time, he'll struggle. He'll struggle. Like everybody else will struggle. Like if that's it. If you need a few things to fall into place and he needs somebody good to follow.
Yeah, that's true. And one other interesting fact about Max King is his background is actually, as well as track and short distance and some ultras as well, he's also into navigation, into orienteering, and into adventure racing. And one of the main aspects of adventure racing is sleep deprivation. Like they go for days, like crossing islands and things like this, finding like off trail kind of stuff. And he really enjoys this type of thing. So I can confirm that John Kelly is running. So Max just has to hang on to
Yeah,
John
yeah,
and learn the route. So like you could potentially in a good year have another kind of rookie finish. You know, last year we had Ihor Berries in the 58:44. Um, so I mean, Max is an exciting entrant in that.
yeah.
Last thing, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the same. I'm very excited to see Max in it. I think it's great to have somebody that high profile in the ultra running world doing Barkley. Like it's he is what I would call a very elite athlete. You know what I mean? So like I'm excited to see him. Yeah.
Yeah, and we will be doing some live streams through Barkley. So once it launches, keep an eye out on the channel. Make sure you got notifications on, and we will have stuff to report.
And on that, Trail Talk brought it last year. Definitely brought it last year. We were all over Barkley last year, and I think like I enjoyed it so much, and I think like most of the people that watch it here or follow us on anything, they really enjoyed what we were doing with it. So I'm excited for that this year. Yeah.
In Trail Talk, we are the super fans, and the Trail Talk followers are the super fans too. So we're all in this for the love of the sport, and we moved from one weekend to another watching dots or being the dot, and that's the crack. Moving on from Barkley, also what we have, I think starting next weekend or in around, yeah, I think maybe next Friday, we have the TSP, the Speed Project, LA to Vegas. And like, we'll not go into the ins and outs of that. I'm hoping to get a show organized where we will go into the ins and outs of all of that. But I just want to give a shout out to a couple of the solo runners. Jonty Brown, who you will know
Yeah. Yeah.
from Run Limited, great guy in the kind of London running community. He's doing the solo, and Jonty's been doing big miles. Like
Yeah.
Jonty had all of his weeks were over 100 miles, but he had like 4 or 5 weeks in a row of around 200k.
Mm.
And I remember I went out for a run down Run Limited last month, I think it was, and he did the group run. It was like, I don't know what it was, 20k or something. But I didn't know that he had run before it, and then he run after it, and then I saw on his Strava that he did 65k.
The shop mustn't be selling that many shoes if he's out running all 10 miles.
So shout out to John D. We'll be keeping an eye on him, and also Mikey Kratzer, the German dude from the scene, vibey guy. Um, he's also doing the solo, going back for another crack at it, and I'm hoping to have Mikey on the show. And if anyone was following Trail Talk this time last year, we did live check-ins with James Poe,
Yeah.
who is like just a prolific person in that kind of type of space. TSP solo guy multiple times, and we checked in with him several times throughout his journey of dirt bagging his way across the desert, which was super fun. And Trail Talk will be doing that again this year, not with James, but I've mentioned a few names there. So look, we'll see what's happening. Any thoughts on TSP, Ricky?
No, I was actually wondering, was James going back to do it this year as well? I wasn't sure because I hadn't heard anything from, and then I was wondering if he wasn't going back, was he going back in some other, to do content on it or something like that? That's all I was wondering.
He was fast packing in the Pyrenees last week, so and he's been Strava Dark, so I don't know what he's training for, and I haven't.
Strava Dark. I hate Strava Dark people. I hate them. Get
There's
off
no
Strava. Get
there's
off. If
no
you're not letting me see what you're doing, get off Strava.
there's no rhyme or reason to what James has public or private from what I can find. But I might see him on Sunday at the after party for the Legacy Half in Hackney.
Yeah.
Right, Trail Talk Live, Friday nights. We try and keep it to half an hour. So Ricky, we need to make this next one the last topic. So I mean, look, I think we're getting a bit more hype here building around Chianti. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Chianti. We were talking about it last week, and the hype is still on about it this year. If anything, it's got even bigger and bigger. I was looking at some Instagram stories from other people that are talking about the race. Like we'd say Luke Grenfell, he put up a post saying hopefully he can run super hard. You know what I mean? Tom Jolly's out there with Fuga,
Eyelash.
yeah, with them as well. So I'm excited to see what he can do as well. I'm guessing he'll be looking to put on a huge show with his new sponsor, like. Um, and then we've got look the main men, Killian and Jim going at it hard, like you know what I mean. And we're getting sneak peeks of Jim training with Vincent, so that's super cool as well. Let's see what they're going to do on race day. They won't be friends on race day, I don't think.
Yeah, and we have a few Trail Talk members out at Chianti as well. I
Yeah.
think Mel is doing one of the races. There's at least 4 or 5 people out there, so wishing them well in the mud. I think could
Mm.
be. Couple of other things about Chianti. Germain Granger is doing the 73K,
Yeah.
so
Okay. Okay.
that's an
Yeah.
interesting addition there. Obviously, like doing the 73K, that's for he's just getting his stamp in his pass for U10B. And then Francesco Pupi is back in the 46K, so looking to earn another few quid from a Hoka bonus. What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I wonder when he signed up for that. Like that must be a late enough entry because,
He's
you know,
making bank now.
yeah. Because I seen he had a big post about the Chucking Up 50 that's on as well this weekend. So he was basically just saying how good that race was. And then yeah, I didn't know. That's a bombshell on me. I didn't even know he was racing a Canty. Yeah.
But think about this, like, it's way more profitable to be a Hoka athlete and race the 50K than the 100K and 100 miles because you could do several of them in a year, and we know that there are bonuses attached to UTMB races. So fair play, Francesco.
Yeah, look, if you're able to recover as quick as Francesco is, why not? You know what I mean? He seems to be able to just go and go and go, race hard, 2 weeks off, and then he can race hard again. And like you said, he's definitely making it worth his while. Like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Right. Shout out to a couple of other things in the show, and then I want to hear what your training looks like this weekend. First up, Monday, we have an interview dropping with Josh Wade, and SIS and SIDAS have sponsored the episode. So there are giveaways for listeners. So watch out for like a fancy reel that I'll drop on Sunday to promote the podcast. And all I gotta say about Josh Wade is that guy's funny as fuck. He's good fun. Like he's a good laugh. He could take he could take it and he could give it back. And it was just great banter. And it's actually just a little funny thing. Like on YouTube, whenever you upload the episode, it uses AI to suggest titles, and I've showed you some of the stuff it suggests for us. It's like two guys, two bros chatting with mustaches, and it's
Yeah.
just like the stupidest things. You should have seen some of the stuff that it was recommending for Joss and myself. It was stuff like these guys could banter all day, and it was funny stuff. Other thing is, check out the Media Pass episode that dropped earlier on this week with Matthias from Electric Cable Car and Troy Meadows of the Mid Packer Pod. That was a good one. And closing comments from you, Ricky. How's this weekend looking?
It's a busy weekend, man. I'm heading over your direction. I'm heading over to Cambridge for a get together with friends over there. So I am cramming this week. Nearly every day this week has been a double because I'm flying tomorrow and then we're meeting with friends. So I've got to try and cram a run in there somehow. Got to cram a run in somewhere on Sunday as well. But we will get it done. As I say, keep showing up, just get it done.
Mate, you're an absolute, you're a workhorse. There's, you must be made of steel because all of this stuff and you're not breaking. So, um, I have a half marathon on Sunday,
Yeah.
and I went out today and I tested the Morton bicarb because coach said I need you to take it before race day in case it makes you shit
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
So I tested it today, and there was no toilet breaks during the run. I didn't feel great. Like the legs felt fine, the heart was funny, but the stomach felt like it had spicy food or something. But apparently this is normal. So we're good to go on the bicarb for Sunday for the half marathon, so I can not run a PB. But it's all for the good of experimentation and see what it's like.
Yeah.
So I know you've been trying some.
Yeah, but just I saw you say something today about your heart rate slightly spiking after you took it. Did you notice that, or was that your watch just telling you, and you looked at your watch, or did you notice? Did you feel like your heart rate spiked a little bit? I know it didn't spike much.
It didn't. It's not that it spiked. It was generally about 8 to 10 beats higher for the whole run. Like
Yeah,
on a warm up, like I did about 15 minutes and then like some strides. And on my warm up, I'd probably be running. I'd want to run no quicker than 5:30. So it'll be like 5:30, 5:40, just like on like a low 140 heart rate. I was trying to keep the heart rate below 150,
yeah,
and I was running 5:30 on the warm up. And then whenever I did 15 minutes at around half marathon effort, and the legs felt fine, but my heart rate was higher than what it was when I did 5 minute reps on Tuesday.
yeah.
Like it was about 5 or 6 beats higher than whenever I was in 5 minute reps, and this was a 15-minute rep. But what Coach Robbie Britton said to me was, look, forget about the heart rate and think about
Yeah.
RPE as how your legs feel. And the legs felt fine, but we'll see how they feel after an hour
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Yeah, but I just feel like that's what that stuff is doing, and it is getting your probably your heart rate moving a little bit quicker, and it's getting you more into that sort of like tempo state. You're getting ready to go hard. It's like a pre-workout shake or something like that. Years ago when I played football, I used to take this shit called Hemo Rage, man, and it was. I don't know what it was. It was like nitrous oxide or something. And you take 2 scoops of it before a football match. Oh my God. I don't know what I could compare it to, but I would feel like if I didn't run, let's say 10 or 15 kilometers as hard as I could in that football game, my head would explode,
Wonderful. And that's the type of stuff that you can't take now because of drug testing. All right, mate. Well, safe travels and get your runs in, and I'll catch you soon. And to all the viewers and the listeners, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. If you didn't catch the full episode, catch it on YouTube, Spotify, all of the other players from tomorrow morning. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.